Hello guys, Nigel here with you. Welcome back. Part 32 now of the B52 build for beginners. And as you know, in part 31 we added the tan colour, didn't we? So we've got the something I didn't consider with building this model on video is getting it in the video. It's not easy. As you can see, we've got the brown on the wingtip there with the lighter green. We've got these patches here from our pre-shading and everything. So now we've got to add the darker green, and if you remember, I've got to add the darker green and then go over again with the other two colours to get the nice cut and everything. We've also still got all our walkways masked off and everything, which is all on the top of on the spine of the fuselage. So all looking good. I did a review this week on the 144th scale B52H from Great Wall Hobbies. Beautiful little kit, and I will be building that online. Excuse me. I will be building it online. Some people have been asking if this is now model ship, Nigel's model ships. No, it's not. Okay, it's just I happen to be working on the Titanic and the hood parts I'm doing for HMS Hood. When I saw Steve's brilliant work with what he did with extending the funnel and everything for the correct thing, I thought I'll just make a resin one of that so people can do that. And I've also managed to get hold of some fret 5s for people as well. So yeah, where we go. So let's get on with this painting. We're using the Viejo paints, as you know, and now we're going to be going in with the 34159, I believe. We've done the is this going to be 34159? I'll have to check. I think it's going to be 34159. And then we'll get these colours down. First of all, I'm going to make my sausages from the from blue tack, or white tack should I say, and that gives us this nice edge. I don't know if you can see it here. Let's try and get it up so you can see it. You can see there's a very nice sort of edge. It's not soft, it's not hard, it's kind of in between, and we like it in between, don't we? We don't want it soft or hard, we want it just in between. There we go, you can see it on that wing there as well. You've got this soft demarcation. If you notice, it's all very blotchy. That's fully intentional. That's what this pre-shading is giving us, and the whole idea is I want it to look really, really well weathered and worn and sort of beaten up. So let me get on with some masking and we'll start doing some spraying. So there we go, you can see once again, the same as I did in the last video, I've made up the sausages of white tack. Here we go, this is the stuff here, white tack rather than blue tack, because blue tack can be oily. And then made the sausages up, bit long sausage, and then lay it out into a rough camouflage shape, and then just use cheap masking tape, just this stuff you get in your supermarkets for like 2 rolls for £1 sort of thing, and just mask it up like that, and then we can go along. What you do need to do is make sure you stay the same angle. If you can imagine if I sprayed like this here, okay, the paint will go under the blue tack, and then I come around and I go like this, the paint will then be, so I get more of a shadow here, a much softer line than I would here. So it's very important that you stay vertical, which with a model of this size is very difficult, because obviously if you go vertical, the paint's going to come out the cup. So what you try and do is sort of hold the model up and spray like that, which is why I don't do much painting on here on camera, because it's so awkward, because the camera is in the way. Where you are from the model is less than the wingspan of the model, so it's very, very difficult. The other thing to also think about before you do this is think about holding the model. Now this front end, as you can see here, it's very convenient to pick it up by the nose, so kind of leave that till last and spray that bit last. And then you can pick the model up and move it around, or you may find that this is the better area. So wherever you like to pick it up, leave that till last. I'm going to leave this bit till last because it's so easy to do that with it flat down on the bench. So I'm going to get this green painted, and then I'll come back and we'll do some more. Okay, so there we go, the green is down, so we'll take up this tape, and well, it's lifting the paint underneath it, unfortunately, because it's Vallejo and it's rubbish. Never mind, we'll have to go and do some touch-ups. Well, actually, no, it's only lifting the paint. Sorry, Vallejo, it's only lifting the paint off of the masking tape that's there for the walkways. So I take back what I said, but it is still not very good. So remove that blue tack, white tack, should I say, and there you can see we've got a nice soft line So we'll keep that sausage over there because we use it again. Now this one here, we'll take up these little bits of tape. As I say, we use them again. There's no point in throwing them away, even though it costs next to nothing. You know, why put more in landfill than you need to, eh? So there we go. If you are concerned about your tape lifting your paint, I'll show you something now, because this is a beginner series. You can detack the tape on the back of your hand or on your arm or whatever. Just come along with your masking tape, stick it down on your hand, peel it up, stick it down on your hand, and you can see it becomes less and less tacky, but it's sticky enough to still stick to the model, but it won't do any damage to the paint because it's so non-sticky. Now I'm going to leave this here because I'm going to be spraying here, so I may as well, in fact I'll lift this up. The longer you leave the masking tape on, the more it will get sticky, so it's best to not leave it on too long if you can help it. What I should have done was detacked it before I started, as I just showed you, but I didn't, did I? Because I'm not thinking straight, because I'm old and senile and whatever else comes with being old, blind, and or going blind, should I say. Right, so there's my masking tape, and it's lifting my wingway, my walkway stripes, so I have to be careful of that. And then we'll lift that off. And then the blue tack, the white tack, does stick very well to the tape. That's why I do it this way, because you can just gently tap the tape down around the edges and you've got your masking. So there we are, there's our wing done. So that's that wing done. We're going to carry on with this area in here now. And again, we've got the nice bit of blotchiness on there. Some have said that this green isn't dark enough. I think they're probably correct. That should be a lot darker. But as I've said a million times, I want this model to have a very bleached, very, very knocked back, very worn out look to it. So I'm going to stick with that as it is. So I'm going to do the rest of this camouflage now, and then we'll come back and have a look when it's all done. And there we go, camouflage all done. As we can see, all the back end done here. We've got these nice soft edges. This little white line, if you can see that white line there, that's just a bit of blue tack deposited on there. You go along afterwards with a bit of white tack. When the paint is dry, just rub it off. Just literally, you know, as a ball, just rub it on there and it will come off. You can see here this is faded out. This is because when we look at the actual camouflage, we can see that we have a sharp line here between the brown and the two greens. So in order to achieve that, I need to put a sausage here and then spray the brown again. Okay, so we end up with that sharp line. It's like here, we wanted that sharp line. So what I did the brown and the green first, and then did the, can you see them off camera? No, I'm not off camera. I did the sausage around there and then did the green, but I got it the wrong way around here. So hence we just got a soft edge, and that's the kind of edge you'll get if you just freehand the airbrush. And for this scale, it's a bit too soft. 30-second scale, that's fine, but for this scale, way too soft. You know, you've got to think about it in life. If that was 72 inches wide, 72 times wider, it would be a fan like this, you know, and they don't spray them like that. Some people have said they put the paint on with brooms and stuff. That no, they did that maybe in the Second World War with the invasion stripes, but not this. They may have actually repaired them like that, with, you know, if they had a large area burned or paint taken off or whatever, they may have actually gone up with the brooms and mops and just spread the paint around, but certainly not from the factory. So there we go. I need to move that tape back as well, although I probably won't be spraying around here again, so it'll be okay. But yeah, the masking tape, the cheap masking tape, this stuff has been lifting this stuff, so I've done the detacking. So there we go. I'm happy with how that's come out. Once we've done this brown, we'll go over, just check everything, and then we'll look at doing the black. And for doing the black, we'll put some big sausages all along here, and then we'll spray the black, and then we'll do the weathering and everything to get the effects on that. So that'll be the next part of this video. So although it's a couple of seconds for you, it's going to be like 28 days? No, 24, 48 hours for me, because I've got to let this green dry before I can put the sausages on. And this Viejo paint doesn't dry that fast. You can see one of those white lines there. Look, let me just see if I can get in there, and you can see that you can just literally, there we go, you can rub it off with a bit of white tack and it's gone. So that's still a bit there because I'm not rubbing too hard because of the paint, but once the paint's hard I can rub over that nice and hard with a bit of white tack and it'll be fine. Okay, so see you in a minute. Alright, so that's done now. So you can see I've got over the sausage, went over the masking tape, and now we'll get all this off, and you can see that we've got a nice demarcation now. Here you can see where we've got that sharp line going across that the change of colours there. So let's get this masking tape off. I can see it peeling away, but it's only peeling the paint off of the masking I put on for the walkway, so I'm not worried about that. And this is actually, if I'm repeating myself or anything, I'm sorry, this is actually now 2 days after the last little bit you saw. So these videos are now with the painting and everything, they tend to be sort of you know, it's a 20-minute video spread over 5 days sort of thing. That's the way it goes, but that's how it is with these big models with the camouflage and everything. And it's also, as I say, this is a video for beginners. It's God, that's really stuck on that one. It's all about patience. It's you know, younger people, they tend to sort of want to rush things and get to the end. That's when it's always good if you're sort of dying to start another project, start another project. You know, you can always pick this up in between. But if you are new to the hobby and you're keen to get some work done and everything, you know, rather than sort of sit there twiddling your thumbs and being tempted to do stuff before the paint dries, because believe me, if we'd done this before this green had dried, then it would be a right mess. So I'm a little bit conscious I can just see through there, the colour showing through, but we can hide that when we do some post shading and weathering and stuff. But again, here we've got this sharp line which is contrasted with the other two colours there. So remember that if you're doing one of these and you're copying my camouflage, well, I'm not saying the camouflage I've done is accurate, but it's kind of correct to the modelling instructions and images that I've seen. I've looked around at these aircraft, many photographs from the Vietnam era, and there are differences. For instance, this area here, I've seen this come down as a tiny little slither, and I've seen it as a bit fatter. So there obviously was a recognised pattern they had to follow, but it would appear that probably field repairs or you know, whatever happened through the life of the aircraft, I'm guessing they kind of wandered away from the specified route, shall we say. So there we go. So I'm happy that that is now all done, and now we need to leave this to dry, and then we can put our sausages all along the fuselage and we'll spray the black. Right, so difficult to film this, but what I've done now, all the paint's dry, and I've gone round with the sausages again, the masking tape, and we've masked off now, ready to do the black. So what I've got here, I've got some XF85, which is Tamiya rubber black. Is it rubber black or coal black? I think it's Humbrol coal, but yes, rubber black. Tamiya's rubber black. Mixed with IPA, so it's not too smelly. And I got the window open. Jess is sat looking out the window. So basically going to spray this now up to these sausages. Just check the flow. Yeah, fine. And again, stay in 90 degrees to the sausages. And concentrating on the upper edge first. Like I say, the main thing is keep it at the right angle. I'm not sure how much of this you can see. I'm just making sure I stay at the same angle all the time, so you don't get that issue with the oddly shaped line where the paint goes at different angles up to the sausage, which we've discussed a million times. And this is the problem now, the videos are becoming very repetitive, hence they're taking longer to do, because it's about 4 days work to put together 10 minutes of filming. Can you see anything here? Here we go. Let's just again. massive spit then. Looks like I've spilt. This is what happens if you spill paint down the side of the airbrush. Okay, like that, that's what happens. So wipe that off. So we'll pick the model up again. And I'll do the same down the back of the fuselage, and then I'll be back. So that's all done now, and just to break it up a bit, I've gone round, you can see it more in the tail end. I've gone in with some XF69 NATO black, again mixed with IPA, and just gone in between the panel lines, and just to sort of break up the black a little bit. But we'll be adding some streaking effects and some weathering to that anyway to break it all up. So now it's time for some unmasking, so let's do a bit of unmasking on the camera and then we'll call it a day. So we'll get this tape off, and no doubt there's going to be areas that need to be gone over again and touched up and stuff, and we'll cover all that. And I think for future beginner builds I will choose a smaller subject, because showing you painting effects on this has been a complete and utter nightmare. So I think that's what I'll do, is something like a 48 scale fighter or something. 72nd scale is smaller obviously, but obviously with the smaller you get, the smaller the effects, and again it can get harder to show because everything's so small. But now you can see when we look at the nose area, we've got the masking. Let's pull some paint off there, but not to worry. We've got the masking there all the way around. You can see we've got a lovely soft edge on there, and you can barely see the XF69 in there doing the fading. So there we are. So I'll go on and unmask the rest of it, and then I'll come back and we'll have a look at see how those walkways turned out. And there we go, all unmasked. We can see now all the engines are uncovered and everything, and all looking good. So the white tack, that's the white tack I used. Basically roll it back into a ball, squash it flat, put it back in the packet between the greaseproof paper, like so. Keep it in the box and then it won't all dry out. Okay, put the lid back down and then store that away somewhere. Right, this tape. So let's grab some tweezers, and you can see a little bit of it's come off here to make sure we are on camera. So we just get underneath the edge of that there, get the tweezers, just pull that up, and you can see that what we've got there is a very nice, very sharp line. Let me just get this edge of this one around the wing root. That's where I've cut the tape there. It's split. There we go. You can see this Izu tape is wonderful stuff. I'll come over to this side, I think. The noise you can hear is Jess playing with her ball. She likes to put the ball down by the subwoofer underneath the computer table, and then play in amongst the wires and everything and get the ball back. And don't worry, the wires are only they're only very low voltage. Nothing's going to hurt her. There we go. So we can see by looking at those, let's do this forward one. And I think you'll agree that's a lot easier, a lot neater than using decals. So we can see there, look close up, we get a lovely sharp demarcation, which looks great. So I'll go on and get the rest of that off, and we'll call that a day for this part. And I can't remember what part number it is, because it's been this part, whichever part it is, 32 is it? It's been about 7 or 8 days in the making. It's been about a week, I'd say, in the making. There we go. You can see again we've got a lovely sharp demarcation around there. A little bit of a touch-up required there where the tape's lifted just in the corner. But I mean, I think when it's weathered, it's all going to disappear anyway. But not the whole walkway, but the actual the errors that are there. I get tiny bits of tape stuck to my fingers. So I'll get the rest of this off, and I'll see you back for the next part. Bye for now.